Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Two for One Special Podcast. My name is Randall, and I got my boy LJ and the OG Dad himself, man. Y'all go ahead and say what up to these listeners, man.
What's up? What's up?
What up? My name is Dad Gamer, and I know the difference between an Amish person, a Jehovah's Witness, and a Mormon.
No, no,
That's
no.
what I'm
Let's talk. No, we're gonna talk about it. No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Since you brought it up, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Technically, I was right. Let's just say that I was right. Since Dad
About
brought it
what?
up, Jehovah Witness. I never saw Jehovah Witness at a Walmart, so technically I was
You're
right.
not right.
I was right. Even though I got the religions
you
mixed
even
up,
looked it up.
bruh, I was
No,
completely
Brandon,
right.
You looked it up. No, you weren't. You
I was
looked it
right.
up, and it just said no.
So
It
time
didn't say
out,
they
time
don't.
out. Hold on, hold on, hold
It
on, hold on,
did
hold on,
not
hold on,
say.
hold on.
It
See,
did-
see, this dad fault. This dad fault. Time out. Here's the original argument. I said I thought at the time the Jehovah Witness was stalking me throughout the whole entire Walmart. Hold on, LJ, before you say anything. Dad corrected me, saying it was a Mormon, right? So technically, I
By
was
the
right.
way, I
Huh?
need the clip of LJ leaving the table. Like that
LJ,
clip
LJ
of
got to LJ got to edit it. He got to edit it. We probably gonna edit it. We probably gonna edit that episode. We probably
We
gonna
gonna
edit.
need
We
that.
probably gonna do that. We probably gonna edit that one tomorrow. Probably do that. I'll send that to him sometime this week. But technically, I was right because I said in the beginning, Jehovah's Witnesses, I never witnessed with or however, never saw them in Walmart. Technically, I was right because Dad said that wasn't a
No.
Mormon. That was a Mormon. That's all I'm saying,
Jehovah's Witnesses still shop at Walmart. Like I don't understand why you don't think this.
bruh. It's just weird. See, LJ, look, I know.
They
Look,
got to get groceries too.
I mean, I thought to be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie. I thought they had their own little outside store. I ain't gonna lie.
That is Amish.
I mean, you right though, but you know, I take the L. I learned something new. You know,
But you were about to be over here and defend yourself about how you was right.
I was
You
right
weren't
because technically
You're not
it
right.
wasn't Jehovah's Witness. It was a Mormon, and I was right. They don't
You
shop
wasn't
at
right,
So
though.
you
that
want to
time.
be
They
right
didn't
because
shop.
you don't. So you want to be right because you don't know what people look like in the religion they do.
Man, look here. All I'm saying is two things. Number one, Dad dead wrong for bringing it back up. And two, I was somewhat right in the whole situation because
You was completely and utterly wrong.
I was
on all
wrong, but at the same time, I was right. If that makes
No,
sense.
I don't see how
No.
I don't see how me bringing it up from my perspective, say I know the difference, is wrong. What has to do with you?
All I'm
You're the
saying
one who got
is-
angry.
All I'm saying
Got
is
defensive.
I learned some history that day. That's
It
all.
wasn't even history. It wasn't history.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I learned a couple history lessons that day. But hey, everybody, hopefully y'all enjoy that. But since Dad brought it up, we started another segment. I probably already said this. We started another segment called Paid Hours. Pretty much is us, just a little bit more out of control. Not usually professional how we do these right here. So if y'all wanna watch those, I live stream it on TikTok, and you always find it on YouTube. So if you want to catch us or talk to us in the comments and stuff, Dad usually got the chats open when we record those on TikTok. So we probably will chit chat with y'all after the shows and stuff like that. If y'all do want to talk to us stuff. But pretty much that's pretty what we do. We just go over there, talk about crazy stuff, usually about video games, anime, probably all types of stuff. So appreciate y'all for that. We almost at 4,500 on TikTok. Thank y'all for the love. We almost at 40 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know what the hell happened the past 2 weeks, but we blew up with subscribers. So thank y'all for that. And like I said, if once we get some more people in the community stuff, Dad got a whole bunch of stuff that he want to do with the community cooking up, and I got some whole bunch of stuff that I plan on doing. So like I said, if we get there, we got some stuff going. But pretty much that's where they came from. So if y'all want to see that, Tune in to Petty Hours on TikTok. We live stream those every 2 Saturdays or every other Saturday. And tune in to YouTube if you want to watch it on there. So other than that, Dad, we got the sports. Before you say anything though, I will say this. My phone been blowing up from ESPN, the ESPN out, been blowing up with injuries left and right.
It's that. So, preseason and like week 1 and 2 in the regular season, you gonna get a ton of injuries.
Right.
Buyers are getting used to it, actually getting real contact because in training camp, nobody's blowing each other up. Nobody's hitting each other as hard as they can. They're saving that for the real game because you don't want to hurt your teammate.
Right.
So you're gonna get stuff, yeah, for the most part. So what I want to talk about is the Jets currently. Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson look good in the third preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they got good chemistry. Aaron Rodgers is going to make Garrett Wilson look like Devontae Adams, in my opinion.
Right.
And Devontae Adams is good over there in Oakland. Like, so it's not like Devontae Adams was like bad by himself, but like he was good over there in Oakland. He was good over there in Oakland last year with Derek Carr over there. Speaking of which, y'all play fantasy football?
I tried to get into it, and I had the slightest idea what I was doing.
Okay. So, in fantasy, in fantasy, they have the rankings for who should be picked number one, and this year there's not a consensus number one,
right?
Because usually you have like one running back, or sometimes it's a wide receiver. Hardly a quarterback goes number one. There's usually a running back though, and right now it's Christian McCaffrey, who's they say is going to get the most fantasy points out of anybody. And it goes from there. It goes Austin Eckler too, and it goes Brandon Jacobs and Saquon Barkley is actually top 5, and Justin Jefferson is up there.
Gotcha.
So I'm not. So here's my thing about Christian McCaffrey. Every time I expect him to do good, he gets hurt. That's my thing. So he's going to do good for somebody, but I'm not taking him.
Right.
I refuse to take Christian McCaffrey. If I had the first pick, I'll see if I can trade with somebody. Hey, you want this? You want Christian McCaffrey? You can take him. I don't want him. Trey Lance got traded. Before he got traded, he was made the third quarterback on the Niners staff.
Third?
The third, yes.
Damn.
Brock Purdy was number 1. Sam Darnold was number 2.
How you let the quarterback who was picked the last of the draft?
Yeah,
but
when you the third, no. He was the third overall draft. They spent 4 draft picks, 3 or 4 draft
3 number ones,
to get him.
But he did take San Francisco all the way to the playoffs.
No, he didn't.
He did not.
No, I'm talking about the last pick. The last pick from San Francisco.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy got no. Here's the thing: the San Francisco offense is a quarterback's dream. It can make any quarterback look good. Now, Brock Purdy is actually pretty good. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But for you not to be, they had 4 different quarterbacks up in that system.
Last year, yeah.
All doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
And
it's more their defense heavy.
I was gonna say Dad know more about it than me, so I'm gonna let him talk about it.
They are very defense heavy, the Niners.
Right.
But if you're a Niner quarterback, you just have to be a game manager. That's your job. That's Kyle Shanahan's thing. He did it with Matt Ryan, made him look like an MVP. Then they lost 28-3, but we ain't gonna talk about that. And then made Jimmy G look good, making Brock Purdy look good. But it's not a good look for John Lynch, who's the GM of the 49ers, to spend 3 first rounders and then trade him to the Cowboys for a 4th rounder.
Just just one fourth rounder.
Yeah. Just one 4th rounder.
Because
And
I would say you can't put all the blame on him because supposedly the coach was really wanting him too. So I don't know.
there's teams that want him, but they want him as a backup. Nobody wants him to start. And coming out of college, he didn't have no experience though. Like he had played like 3/4 of a season
Yep.
and showed some flash, showed some decency, but he wasn't worth the number 3 pick like that. So,
Right.
but the Niners did it. Niners pulled that trigger. Thought they had the QB of the future. Nope. It's Brock Purdy, who
Yeah.
they're not spending any money on, and they got Trey Lance off the books, and he's on the Cowboys books now as a backup. So, which is a smart move by the Cowboys because Dak doesn't play full seasons anymore. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that was a good move by them.
But I mean, you still gonna lose games because you still have to see. I don't know. I leave it alone. But I'm like, if you can't succeed, like I said, if you can't succeed in the Niners offense, you ain't gonna succeed in the other offense, really.
Right.
Well, we'll see. I think he's cooked anyway, but you know, I expect the worst. I hope for the best for him.
You wanted the best for him, you should have went to the Cowboys then.
Maybe him being behind somebody will help. By somebody who's actually like because Dak is the light skinned Kirk Cousins, in my opinion.
Light skin Kirk Cousins.
Mm.
Because he's not dark skinned like me or you or anything like that. So like,
All
I
I'm
got
saying
you.
is Dak choke when it comes to playoff time.
yeah, he does. So does Kirk Cousins.
I think that's just the Cowboys in general.
I mean, hey, we'll see what they got going on this year because I guarantee
Not
you,
the same thing they gonna have going on.
if
They
they
make it to the
choke,
playoffs and then get a first round exit.
that's what I'm saying. If they choke this year or next year rather, bruh, it's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so funny because Twitter, I think it's Twitter, the the Cowboys Twitter threw Dak underneath the bus, and then they got flamed for it, and then they changed it. Man, it's just gonna be funny if they repeat this year.
I mean, they've been doing the same thing that they've been doing for the last
Forever.
3 seasons, 4 seasons, really forever.
Ever
But,
since
yeah.
what you call it became GM in the '90s, to be honest. But Dad, your college.
And one last thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one last thing. College. I was gonna talk about college right now. 0 week happened. 0 week is where everybody get their cupcakes out of the way. Notre Dame whooped on Navy.
I saw that coming through forever.
No, see, the thing is, Navy used to give people problems with the triple option,
Right.
but they couldn't get the triple option to work. And Navy and Notre Dame play all the time, so it's like it wasn't going to work on them.
You right.
USC beat down San Jose State. Caleb Williams looked like the Heisman winner that he was last year,
Oh,
which is
goodness.
good. I did not like giving up 28 points to San Jose State, but defense was rusty. They picked it up in the second half.
Right.
So that's what we needed. And there's a few other games here and there, but nothing really stood out at all too much because it's 0 week. Once week 1 happens next week, it's going to be a lot better. And again, I should remind you guys that the top 5 rankings of Heisman, Caleb Williams number 1, and Bo Picks is number 5. Just want to throw that out there.
You know what?
I ain't got no problem with it. If he wins it, he wins it.
Here's
That's it.
my thing about this, and Dad knows that that name triggered the hell out of me. This man be on ESPN as if he won 5 national championships within. Like, bro, you have to go to a whole new conference just to be good. And now all of a sudden you on this on ESPN talking big noise and I'm like, bro, you garbage. If you come back to the SEC, you'll get chewed out. You had to go far away to the west side to Timbuktu to get good. Like, bro, come on.
Oregon is not Timbuktu. Oregon College is not.
No. I mean Oregon. I'm just saying from Alabama all the way to Oregon. It's kind of far. I was trying to throw that word play out there, even though that was a crazy word play.
Just try to throw hate. We get it.
I'm sure I'm not gonna hide it. I am. LJ probably ain't, but I am.
Nah, I just care about. I mean, he all he did was went through a conference that don't play defense. That's all he did.
And
That's
won
is all.
and act like
That's
he
a
won by
that's a
5
offense
Super Bowls.
heavy. That's an offense heavy division.
Talking about he on ESPN with a suit and tie like he won 5 Super Bowls. Man, shut up.
Wasn't that for the what's it call it though? That was for the
It was a
Heisman.
couple months ago. I think it was for the Heisman. Matter of fact, I think it
What?
was for the Heisman. I
I
think it
pretty much
was.
think it was.
They had him on
He
there.
had to dress for the Heisman. You just want him there in his football gear.
I don't know. All I know is
Oh.
it was during all I know is a couple months ago, and he was just talking as if he won the Super Bowl about 3 times in a row.
You salty. It's okay.
I am.
He's not gonna win
I
anything.
am
It's
because
fine.
why the hell you went to Oregon and I think they finished like 12-2, 10-2, something like that, and
Well, technically, we exchanged quarterbacks
we did.
because Robbie Ashford was in Oregon and he came
Mhm.
down here and then Bo Nix went up there.
You right. I'm just saying. The man act like he a Superman, but it is what it is. But that's everything that
That's what I got for sports today.
I got you. All right, T. Let me open up the phone and give these good folks the daily dose of anime. And let's go ahead and kick it off with some Black Clover. So everybody out there, Black Clover is to release one chapter every 3 months. I should say every month, every 3 months. So basically, the reasoning behind it is the author health. He can't keep up with the weekly release schedule, so he changed or he moved the manga to Jump Giga, I think Giga, however y'all want to pronounce that. So
Giga.
Giga, thank you, LJ. So how y'all feel about that for going every month to every 3 months now,
Well, it's been documented that he's been having health problems lately.
right?
Right.
So this is just him letting the fans know that he's not giving up on the series because of his health problems, but he just needs time because of his health. So if anybody has a problem with that, they can kick rocks, in my opinion.
I feel that, Dad. I feel that. LJ, what's your take on it?
I feel like not too many people gonna say anything because I think it's already. Well, I'm not sure about the manga if he's gonna keep going, but I know for the anime, I think it's getting close to the end anyway.
The anime on
So,
hiatus.
right. But I'm not sure if they're gonna completely do everything they have left in what he gonna do for the manga.
Oh, okay, so you're
So,
saying, yeah.
so I'm not sure. But I mean, it's fine. There should be no problems. He barely taking care of himself. So.
Right.
Yeah, let the man heal.
But I feel y'all on that. So everybody out there who be on the manga, instead of every month, you will get one chapter every 3 years because of the author's health. Now,
Every three
Every 3
years.
I say 3
years?
years, 3 months. I'm sorry. I was reading the Jump Giga only released 3 to 4 times per year. That's why I got that messed up at. My fault. Every 3 months. I'm sorry. You get one chapter every 3 months. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the other one for last because I want to get LJ input on that one. So the highest rated shonen of all time goes to Full Metal Alchemist. Now, Dad, since you've been on anime way before me and LJ, how you feel about Full Metal Alchemist being number one for shonen anime of all time?
Okay, so Full Metal Alchemist had a crazy run at one point.
It did. You right.
So this doesn't surprise me at all, not even a little bit. So, um, fact remains, um, Full Alchemist was a time, so it doesn't bother me. Um, people wonder why Dragon Ball was a Dragon Ball wasn't. You had to find Dragon Ball on a certain channel at
Mm-hmm.
certain times because it wasn't advertised. Um, Full Metal Alchemist got a lot more word of mouth and easier to talk about and easier to find where it was at.
Right.
See, I think was it on Cartoon Network at the time?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
It was on Tsunami.
Toonami?
Yeah.
Yeah. Toonami is better than Fox at 6, 7 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
when Dragon Ball first started. So
Right.
that's that's what I think about it.
LJ, what's your take on it, LJ?
Oh, I'm not surprised. I For the longest time, um, yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist was considered one of the best animes of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It still is considered the best anime of all time.
Right.
So, if it, to be considered one of the best animes of all time, you gotta be one of the best in your own um, genre. So, it makes sense. I'm not surprised at all about it, but I guess I'm still am a little bit surprised that it still goes as strong as it does, since it's getting close to like, ooh, I think it's like 15 years old now, maybe.
Somewhere around that ballpark. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's been different sections to it too. It's not the same story. It's
Right.
like it's been broken off. So
Just it it just depends. I'm just a little surprised that it's still going as strong as it is, but it's understandable why it's going as strong as it is. It's one of the best.
Gotcha. So for everybody out there, the highest rated shonen anime of all time goes to Full Metal Alchemist at 9.05. Now, this surprised me, and I want to see how y'all feel about this. The longest arc for Demon Slayer will be released in multiple films. So the leaker said Infinity Castle arc. Spoilers. Well, not really because they don't explain that, but still spoilers though. Infinity Castle arc of Demon Slayer, which take place after season 4, is being planned to turn into multiple movies instead of season 5. Season 4 will adapt the training arc, and the movies will adapt the Infinity Castle arc. So when I was going and doing research of this, they saying the leaker said it's supposed to be 3 films that are gonna cover the Infinity Castle. So how y'all feel about them splitting it up to different movies instead of a whole season?
it might be like a money thing, in my opinion.
You think they're trying to get some money, cash grab?
I think it's
Not
not. Only, I don't think it's calculated. I think it's the way it's saved by doing weekly episodic ones.
Okay,
Is to do like just knock out a few movies
right.
because I don't know what the editing. So if it's the longest arc, which it is, so I don't know. It might be a way just to save time and stuff like that. And,
Mm,
and I just thought it might be to not have the burnout from watching so many episodes at once if it's the longest arc.
right.
So you bring it to a few movies, then yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
LJ, what's your take on it?
ah, I'm not really sure because it's fine that they're doing a movie. It could be they doing the movie because they want to up the animation value of it a bit more, because it already has really good animation towards it, but they might want
Mm-hmm.
to just spend a little bit more on it.
Right.
It's like Dad said, they might just it's the longest season, so they might just want to split it up as movies rather than shows. But my thing about that is there's other shows that have longer uh arcs or whatever, or have the broken up the arcs. I I don't understand why they would want to do that, if because they would to me, well, actually no. You get more money no matter what from making a movie.
Right.
No matter what. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it'd be less time consuming, or if you're going to get everything out on time, because we know sometimes the movie can get delayed due to any number of reasons.
Well,
So, and so same thing for the episodes, but
it's probably with this thing, like I said, the burnout effect. It's like you hear like, oh, this arc is 45 episodes. Jesus, like this, it sounds like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But you say, okay, this will be 3 movies. Okay, that's doable. You know what I'm saying? So
I,
that's how I'm thinking about it.
I got that, but I feel like the only people who want to say that are people who either A wasn't that interested in the show, or people who were already getting tired of it. Like if you was already like invested in the show, like for example, that to me that sounds like, oh, I watched My Hero. I watched the first 3 seasons, but there's 3 more seasons and I'm not gonna watch them because I'm gonna get burned out from it.
I see what you say with that logic, and I get it. Yeah, you're right. People who are invested are going to watch it anyway, right?
Right.
But the goal is always to catch new viewers and more casual people in. So movies are easier to catch people in than TV shows, in my opinion, because you can advertise for them better.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Either way, I would have fine.
To be honest with you, I see what they're trying to do because if they follow the manga, this arc literally got the best fights out of the entire Demon Slayer franchise. So I can see what they're doing. They probably like y'all said, they probably just don't want to make it into a season, and they think like, oh, this arc, since this arc is pretty much like the most important piece of Demon Slayer, let's just make it to a film and just call it a day. But I think that's what they want to do because this fight or these fights that's I don't want to spoil it, but these fights that's in this arc alone is movie worthy. So I see what they're trying to do. Now hopefully they ain't trying to, like say, hey, you gotta spend like $30 every movie, but hopefully they come up with some type of bundle or something. I don't know.
Not every movie. What you gonna either watch it on the wherever app or thing you watch it
Bro,
on
it been
already,
forever in the day since I went to the movie, so I forgot how much the ticket
or
cost.
or you gonna go to the movies, which the movies is like, I mean, depending on what time, the most you go spend is 50. Now you could get the 30 if you want to get food and some other things,
Right,
shirts and
right, right.
but a movie ticket is still $15.
You right. But to be honest with you, this is gonna probably do a whole bunch of records. I could probably see this breaking that Dragon Ball what's that? I forgot Broly movie. I can see that probably breaking that record. So
Yeah.
so yeah, they gonna do a lot of records when this come out because this arc is literally. I think this the no this the last second to last. So I can see why they
Didn't
doing
that
it.
already? I thought that record already got broken by something.
Talking about the Dragon Ball one,
Yeah.
not by anime.
You sure?
I could be wrong. The only anime that came out after that was just the new Dragon Ball one. Oh yeah no that studio
Demon Slayer one.
no the Demon Slayer broke it. Then
Right.
it's a new one that just came out. Studio Gelby wherever that studio called.
Okay, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to pronounce the best anime movie studio.
You
name
know
correctly.
exactly what I'm talking about. They just
I
dropped,
know what you say, but I need you to pronounce.
how do you pronounce it? How say the name for me?
Ghibli.
Ghibli. There you go. Studio Ghibli just dropped the movie and it broke crazy records. So yeah, that one that just dropped but from that studio, they broke some records. So yeah.
This is understandable because that's Ghibli.
Yeah, what? Man, of course, you know that. That studio is literally the anime movie studio of all time. So yeah, I forgot they just dropped a movie. Was it two weeks ago? I say recent. They just dropped that one recent, and yeah, that broke a lot of records in Japan.
Then One Piece Red broke it.
Yeah, I sure forgot One Piece had a movie. Yeah,
Yep.
so Demon Slayer broke it, then One Piece broke that, and then Studio
See, I knew it wasn't crazy. I'm like, there's been some other.
then
animes
Studio
out there that broke it.
Ghibli broke One Piece record. recently. Yeah, I sure forgot about that One Piece movie. One Piece Red. I sure forgot about it. But for everybody out there, Demon Slayer, you might well say season 5, but Demon Slayer will release the longest arc, which is the Infinity Council, as multiple films instead of season 5. So I don't know
Which
how.
arc? Which arc of the One Piece one was it? Was a theater movie?
It wasn't
I don't think that was
arc. It was
canon.
just no. None of the One Piece movies are canon.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
just.
I take that back. Yes, they are. I forgot which one it is. But Red isn't canon. The only thing Red is canon. No, it's not. None of them are canon except for Red. But the whole movie of Red is not canon. It's just the character. Uh, Utah is canon now.
Mm,
That's it.
something how they
But
deal with
none,
Broly.
yeah,
Yeah,
none of them are canon except for the character Utah now.
gotcha.
And that was a theater release, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it came
Was it?
out.
I think that was the One Piece actually first theater release, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was. I think it was.
Because all the other ones have been like straight to demand or what, however they do it in
Yeah.
Japan.
Alrighty. Now the best one for last, and I want LJ to go first on this one. The Boruto manga has removed the comedy tag from their new time skip manga titled Two Blue Vortex. So LJ, how you feel about
I
that?
can care. I don't care about it at all.
Bro, why you playing? The manga is actually good. The anime is trash. I ain't gonna argue. I ain't gonna argue about that. But the manga is actually good. I don't see why you don't like the manga.
I don't read the manga. I'm not looking at it. I don't care. I don't care at all for either of it.
I feel you. That how you feel about Baruto being the new time skip being more serious now.
Well, it better be serious.
Mmm.
Like, what are we doing? Like,
Right.
Nothing. They have been doing nothing since the thing came out.
it's literally the most common sense thing that there is. You know.
You right. But so far, I mean, I bash the anime. I ain't gonna hold you. I bash the anime, but the manga is actually good. Now, I can understand. I can understand where LJ coming from, but I will defend the manga. The manga is actually decent, especially the new time skip one. That is actually decent because everybody is wondering what happened to Sasuke. Everybody thinking that they killed Sasuke off screen, and everybody pissed off about that. So I mean, I don't know. We just gotta wait and see. Cause I think they monthly. I think they monthly. So we gotta wait till a couple weeks maybe, or whenever this episode come out, it's gonna be out. But I don't know. We gotta wait to see. But the new topic for Baruto now is what happened to Sasuke.
Isn't the episode already out? If it's monthly, you won't get another one till next, the end of September now.
End of September. Okay. I don't know how the manga releases work. But yeah.
I don't either. But I'm saying if it's monthly,
I think it is monthly. I don't know. I think it is. So yeah,
because
I think
because it comes out in Shonen Jump, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's monthly then.
Okay, so yeah, we probably won't get to the end of September because this came out like the middle of August around that time. So yeah, we probably won't get it to about the end, close to the end of September. But everybody out there, the Baruto, the new time skip called Two Blue Vortex, took the comedy out, and then they replaced the comedy with ninja. Cause the first manga for Baruto didn't have ninja. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me, LJ. I truly don't know. But they didn't have ninja on the first manga. They had comedy, but with this new one, they took comedy out and added ninja.
So
Why?
you could have just add ninja and left the comedy part in it. So you mean there's not gonna be not one joke said during this whole thing or
That's what
whatever?
they saying. It's supposed to be serious, supposed to be dark, and all that stuff.
All right,
That's what they saying.
all right. I done invested too much brain power.
Like I said, only time will tell. Only time will tell. We just gotta wait. We just gotta wait. We'll only time will tell. But that that will be the no. Matter of fact, it's gonna be the end because I don't want to talk about it because if we talk about it, no, I'm gonna say this for paid hours. after Dad's segment.
Must be bad.
No, it's about that video I sent you about the true ending of Attack on Titan. We gonna save it. We gonna save it. We gonna save it because I was completely right from when me you was doing just the audio version of the podcast. I was completely right. I just couldn't find the video, and I found the video. But don't say nothing. We just no save
No,
it.
no, no.
Save no.
Spoiler warning is a theory. Just
It's
like everything else is. It's a theory. That's all it is. So, okay, you can go ahead.
no. We just gonna save it. We gonna
It's
save
a
it.
theory.
But Baruto has removed the comedy tag and added the ninja tag. Why they took the ninja tag, I don't know, but now they added the ninja tag. So that is your daily dose of anime brought to you by the Instagram page because I do not know what the hell happened to the Facebook page. So the main topic of discussion today, because it need to be talked about because they tripping. A couple weeks ago, Pokemon Worlds happened. I didn't watch it because my Wi-Fi was down because they work it up. They work it up there, but I got it fixed. But LJ watched the Pokemon World Tournament. Out of Dad, did you watch the Pokemon World Tournament or no?
No, I didn't.
You
But
didn't
the
watch-
Wi-Fi in your kitchen didn't work.
No, I say in the kitchen. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Your
You know,
Wi-Fi in the kitchen.
you know what I'm talking about. But LJ watched the Pokemon World Tournament. What you get out of a 10, LJ?
I mean, it was fine. It was just another world tournament. I mean, it was the final match was kind of a beat down.
Okay.
The dude kind of just beat him up real good.
Right.
But I mean, it was another little tournament. It was fine. Some of the bigger names got knocked out early,
Right.
but other than that,
I got you.
same old, same old.
My Wi-Fi was down the entire time that thing was world was going on. I missed it, so I could watch it back on YouTube. But I just don't feel like it. I probably will. I don't know when, but I probably will. But after Pokemon World Tournament, two things happened. One with the community beefing with Pokemon. Well, actually, both of them actually. Now the first one is I don't know, but apparently this what happened. So after Pokemon World Tournament, they announced where they holding the next tournament. Now here's one reason why the community is pissed off at Pokemon.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If y'all don't know, or for the people who listening, Hawaii had a huge fire. Couple days after that, that's when Pokemon announced that they holding it in Hawaii. Everybody was pissed off about that. Now LJ, when I text LJ this, he told me that they probably already had this in motion way before the fire, which is true. They probably had this in motion. They probably know the next one 3 years down the road too. But so LJ could be right about that one. They probably already had this in motion, and sadly the fire happened around the time they announced it. Two,
Right. So that's wait before you move on. I
Okay.
just want to say this real quickly. So what happened in Hawaii is horrible, right? That no doubt about that.
right,
The problem people was having is that the problem why this has happened is that it's greed. The reason that the fire even happened was mainly greed and all this other junk. The problem was that Pokemon, like literally, when the fire was happening, Pokemon tournament was doing all the stuff and was going through. And
yeah,
they were like, "Oh yeah, next year it's gonna be in Hawaii." And then everybody heard about what happened in Hawaii later on. A couple hours later, it was mad that it was announced that it was gonna be in Hawaii because Pokemon should have not. I was like, but you can't really think about that you can't tell what's happening on the other side of the world.
Right.
Really, almost. You know, they didn't know that was going to happen, and it might not be on that island either. Understandable, the whole tourist thing that's going on in Hawaii, where not even the citizens of Hawaii can buy a house or use their own water, and that water has to be saved up for the tourists. That's horrible, right? No doubt about that.
right,
But you can't blame the Pokemon Company for being like, "Hey, we want to go to this destination where we know a lot of people will show up, and we bring in money to here to be like, hey, oh well, we gonna change all our plans that we already have and not go here because they had a fire and it's ruined this place." That to me, that'd be even worse. Because now you're saying you only wanted to come here because of our beauty, and not that we damaged. You don't want to come here and spend money on us to help us try to get back on track for these people on this island.
Right.
So that's all I want to put out there. Is like you can't really blame Pokemon for that. They already like I had told Brenda I was saying earlier. They probably already had this in place. They probably already know where they're going the next 3 years in a row, right? It's kind
Mhm.
of like um, it's kind of like the Olympics where they vote on a place like 2 or 3 years before, or no, they vote on it right after the Olympics end. They
Right.
vote on where they're going to go. Now, if something happens within those 4 years, then it's be like, okay, well, maybe we need to change it. But if not, that I mean, not trying. I'm not trying to justify anything. I'm just trying to, that was something for people not to be angry about. Yeah,
Right. And then also too, the other argument was they were like, well, it's a good thing because Pokemon will bring in revenue to help build back Hawaii. And I'm like, yeah, you're right because Pokemon Worlds, I forget when it started blowing up, but Pokemon Worlds blew up out of nowhere. And then on top of that, they got Unite, and then they added Pokemon Go with to the I forgot what they call it, TGC lineup. I think that's what they call it. But they added into the world, so Pokemon World shot up. And on top of that, yesterday they announced that they rising the prize pool, so they increased the money percentage on whoever wins. So when they bring it to Hawaii, they gonna bring revenue, and hopefully the tourists and all that stuff will at least help Hawaii. Help Hawaii out.
right.
So like LJ said, they probably already had this in motion like 3 years down the road, back in 2019 to 2020, and all that stuff. And sadly, what happened with the fire and them announcing it just clashed heads. So uh, we'll see. Hopefully, Pokemon whenever I forgot. I think it come back in June next year, something like that. But whenever they hold it, hopefully they donate some money towards Hawaii to help them out. But that wasn't the main issue, and we got to talk about it because me and LJ agree with this. The main issue was, even though all that stuff was going on, I don't even know how this even came about, but even though all that stuff going on, the Pokemon community got pissed off with Pokemon again because they are sick and tired of Pokemon releasing games way too fast. So I already told or me and LJ already talked about it, but and he brought up a good point, and he gonna talk about it. But I'm gonna let Dad talk about or hop on it first.
No,
When
no, let LJ go on it.
but when they released Pokemon games, the last two, I will agree on this, but I'm gonna hold my stuff for last. So LJ, what you gotta say to the to everybody out there?
Um, yeah. So the problem is that they have been not releasing the games in a quick way. If you really think about it, it takes about 3 to 4 years for a Pokemon to come out.
Right.
And technically, they are working on those games. Like some of these games, like supposedly Scarlet and Violet, was being worked on back during the Heart and Gold remake. Supposedly, they had some Pokemon already being mentioned and things like that. And they have these Pokemon where they come up with ideas for them, and they be like, "We're gonna hold off on this one, and we're gonna put in another game that more fits its theme later on." That's that's how they do it. The problem that people are having isn't that you want the games to come out slower or later or whatever. What you want is you want them to look like Breath of the Wild. That's what all of this comes back down to.
Yeah.
Is that you want these games to look like Breath of the Wild, and they're not looking like Breath of the Wild. And unfortunately, I have to tell you this, and I'm gonna keep telling you this. These games aren't made for people like us.
Right.
These games are made for 10 to 12-year olds, well, really 8 to like
Just the
14.
kids, the kids.
Right.
Yeah,
They're made for kids.
yeah.
We aren't really their target audience. Now, does Nintendo? I won't even say Nintendo. Now, does Game Freak know that their their gamer base is actually uh 20-year olds, 30 years old, and 40 year olds? Yes, they know this. They know they have the analytics. They know who buying their games and who playing what and doing things like that.
Right.
But they still have not decided to make games for us. That was up until Legend of Arceus. I believe this is just me. I believe they gonna stick to their guns. That's the problem with Nintendo and Game Freak and all these other companies that work with Nintendo. They stick to their guns too often. They don't like they don't like changing things up. They don't like I won't say they don't like going out the box. They go out the box, but they have a system of how they want things done. So with that being said, uh, Nintendo or Game Freak still want these games to be made for kids, but they understand they need to give something out to the older people. So their ideal now is that Arceus or the Legend series will be for us as the older people. But that's it's going to be the same where this is not where you're going to play your TC or not your TC. This is not where it's going to be on your competitive level. This is not where you're going to be able to trade all your Pokemons on. We're going to have one base game that you can do all of that on, and that's going to be where the kids play. And so if you want to play where the kids play, you can play. That's on you. If you want to be a part of the competitive scene, you're going to have to play this game. We're going to make this for the kids, and that's how it's going to be. And that's how I see it. It's not that you want the games to come later. You want the games to be more graphically powered and more powerful. They wanted to run 120 frames per second, no drop frames. They want the birds to be looking good, and those are things that we should have and need in the game. But Nintendo has no reason to do that because these games again aren't made for who are buying them. They are made for the younger generation. They are made for children.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that we should just sit up here and accept that. Now, that's far from what I'm saying. I'm just saying you have to understand where Nintendo's coming from, and now that you understand where Nintendo's coming from, now you can fight back on it. Because eventually, what's going to happen is either they see it from our point of view and they actually start making a main series game for us, or eventually people will leave. Maybe, maybe.
All depends on if another studio do something similar how Pokemon doing, like Tim was doing.
And here's the problem with that: Nintendo Nintendo is so um, what's the word I'm looking for? Too heavy, or they really just to throw their lawyers at people for in by trying to do that.
You right.
Most companies are scared to do that.
Right. You 100% right on that. Now, Dad, since
Now let me piggyback a little bit what LJ was saying.
all right, go ahead.
Before you ask me. Pokemon. Let me turn my camera a little bit. Pokemon has always been about the kids. Nintendo and the other people who are behind it, they are constantly dropping stuff for the kids and nostalgia for us.
Right.
It's always been that way. Um, and in doing so, Pokemon has created a legacy to where I grew up on Pokemon. My son also now has grown up on Pokemon, and little kids like my nephew, who's like 4 years younger than my son or 5, knows about Pokemon. So they're making it to where they're always going to have an audience. You know, they're never going to make a Breath of the Wild game for us, like type of thing. Like to where it's got to be strategy. You got to actually use your thoughts. you can mindlessly play 90% of Pokemon games. So um, and I don't see that changing at all.
Right.
So um, I had to agree that I don't think like we can do anything to change it because it's their blueprint. So either we just stop buying or because they always have an audience. Because if I stop buying for myself, my son's still gonna want it.
Right.
So that's the issue.
You right. You completely right about that. But now let me ask you this: that since you me LJ pretty much heavy in Pokemon, more than you. Let me ask you this though:
Mm-hmm.
with releases, because 2K is something similar. What do you think they need to start doing when it comes to with game releases? Like for example,
So
hold on. For example, with 2K, they
mm-hmm.
drop 2K every year, and the Pokemon community complaint is they need to slow down on releases because it's garbage, or the games are starting to become garbage, and a lot of people in 2K are kind of feeling the same way. So, what do you think they need to start doing, game studio wise? They got this type of formula where they always gonna release the same type of game every year or every other year. Those type of game studios, what do you think they need to do to please the
Okay.
consumer like you?
Okay. So the sports format has always been the same. New year, new players on teams justifies a new game for them. Now that it's an archaic way of thinking because um, you can do roster updates and stuff like that back in the day. With Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all the way to PlayStation 2 until you got to the PlayStation 2 got online support. Once that happened, they so at that point they could have released the game every 2 years, just updated rosters and stuff like that. But they're not getting rid of the cash cow or that stuff. Um, Pokemon, what is it like every other year they're releasing a new game?
They
It
typical is
feels like
3 to 4. Typical.
that's actually not a bad cycle to be honest. Um,
So
they just need to do it right though. They need to like actually focus in and get these things going right because I assume when one game drops, they're already working on the next one.
right.
That's usually
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my thing is like if done right, it can be done. It's good, but like it's a lot of copy and paste going on for something that takes 3 years. And that's usually copy and paste usually like for 1 year projects.
So I'm gonna go all the way back to when Pokemon first came out. So 1996 was Red and Blue, 98 was Yellow, 99 was Gold and Silver, and then 2000 was Crystal. Okay.
Hold on. Don't
Then we
don't
had a
do. Hold on, LJ. Don't do the side of remakes. Just do the new gen.
it's going to be kind of hard. Okay. Um. Then you didn't get another game. Well, if that's the case, is you don't want to count Crystal. So 1999 was Gold and Silver. Then you didn't get another game till 2002 with Ruby and Sapphire. Then you didn't get another new game until 2006 with Diamond and Pearl.
That's 4.
Then you didn't get another new game until 2010 with Black and White.
That's 4 again.
4 years.
Then
Yeah.
3 years later, you got X and Y. Then 3 years later, in 2016, you have Sun and Moon. I'm not counting Let's Go Pikachu, so that's dead.
Yeah, you right.
2019, we have Sword and Shield.
Another 3.
And then 22, we have Arceus and Scarlet and Violet.
Right.
Scarlet and Violet. So that is, as you can see, it's a three for like Randall said because it's for the main games, not the side games or the side grades or whatever you want to call them. All the main games have been coming out in 3 years. That's their timeline. It's every 3 years a new Pokemon game. That doesn't mean they haven't been working on it already. but now with the introduction of DLC, they are also able, because I see what people are saying. This is what people are saying. So listen to this, because when you said not to add the like the emeralds and stuff like that, the third games that will come out
Right.
afterwards or a year later. But this is what they people are counting that. So listen to this. 2016 you had Sun and Moon, right?
Mhm.
2017 you had Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. 2018 you had Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. 2019 you had Sword and Shield. 2020 you had the DLC for Sword and Shield.
Mm.
21 you had Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Mm.
22 you have
So,
the
so pretty
Scarlet and
much,
Violet.
so pretty much, they haven't stopped slowing down ever since 2016.
If you want to put it that way, yes.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense now. Okay, I see why. Okay, okay, I see why you include that. It makes sense now.
So that if you don't include that, that's where people are saying if you include that, that's where people are saying they're just making games out of nowhere. It's just keep making
Yeah,
games,
yeah,
making games.
yeah. Cause yeah,
But if you
they
don't
wasn't like
include
that at
that,
first. Yeah.
right? If you don't include that, then you won't have to. You don't do it. But can you honestly include like like the Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun? I can let you keep Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun, and the reason why is because they added a lot of stuff to Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun. So I got you. But can you really count the DLCs? Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was made by another company. It
Right.
wasn't even made by Game Freak. Um, and then Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, yeah, they made that, but nobody really claimed those
Well, if
games.
it's we already know why we know why they made that.
Right, that's for that. That was COVID, or what's that COVID? Yeah, that was COVID. They were trying to get people back into it, Pokemon, and everybody was, and their mama who hadn't played Pokemon since they was 5 was playing that game.
Yeah. Here's my take on it, and then we gonna call it after this. Pretty much is when this came about. Let me set up for this. When this came about, I think it was CEO. It was either CEO or somebody higher up in the Pokemon company. It was one of the two. The, it got to them and they apologized, and then he made a statement saying that they gonna start sewing out releases. What you just said, 2016, Pokemon really haven't taken a break ever since 2016. They've been pushing out spin-off, they've been working with different companies, or they've been pushing out games. Now, the main reason why this came about in the Pokemon community was fussing was because of Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield. I had a brain for I forgot the Sword and Shield, but they got pissed off. They pissed off about Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Where this came about and why everybody started going crazy about it, I don't know. But that's pretty much the whole argument. They was pissed off about Sword and Shield, or pretty much is they just pissed off the main series Switch games in general because they was like it just don't feel like how Pokemon feel like. They tired. Number one, they sick and tired of how the new Pokemon look because I don't know if you saw because you saw the Pokemon Direct. They they got heated with Raikou new design. They got so heated about that, and then they just saying that they just giving up because the new design Pokemon just look they don't look like none. Go
I
ahead,
will
OJ.
say, with the Raikou one, I don't know who was the main lead for that one, but I really the paradox Pokemon for Scarlet are bad to me. Not all of them, but the last two one with the Walking Wakes, the Suicune one,
Right.
and the Raikou have been bad to me. I don't know who's in there working on that thing or who the lead design artist is, but they really need to fire
I think that's
somebody
where
for
all
that.
this came about. Nah, that is it's horrible. That it's
It's really
horrible.
bad.
I think this where all this came about was when they showed that direct and new Pokemon and everybody just started going haywire and said they had enough. But yeah, that design for Raikou is horrible. It's bad.
because
No,
think about it, Raikou is already. Go ahead, Dad. My bad.
is it Raichu like
No, no, it's Raikou. It's the one of the legendary dogs.
go?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So instead of which Raikou is a legendary dog technically, but you can make him look like a saber tooth tiger, right?
Right.
Because he already looked close to one. Instead,
Hmm.
they made him a Brachiosaurus.
With a long neck and crazy. It's just horrible, Dad. It's bad. It's
Yeah,
bad.
he's
Time out.
he's he's a Brachiosaurus with an umbrella on for a head. Yes.
Wow.
It's yeah, it's horrible, Dad. But I think, as a matter of fact, LJ, I think that's where all this
Hold on.
started was when they showed him.
It I probably is. Hold on, let me see if I can find
I'm
it.
googling it right now. I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
Oh,
see this.
bad. But why y'all do that though? It's just that when they do these new designs, the future paradox, they look exactly like the Pokemon, but instead of
hold on.
skin, it's
Did,
metal. Oh, go ahead.
Oh
did,
no.
did you? Oh, you found it because I'm about to share my screen because you had to see it.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's bad.
yeah,
It's horrible.
This?
That, yep, yes, yep, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no.
It's
yeah.
horrible. It's
Oh
garbage.
no.
It's garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage. That's where
Oh
everybody pissed off
no.
at. It's just in general, like LJ said, Pokemon don't need to slow down. The main series wise because they drop in every 3 to 4 years. What they need to do is if they gonna constantly push out games, spin off, and work with third party groups, they need to have a whole dedicated team strictly for the main series. 'Cause I guarantee you, Pokemon, Nintendo, Game Freak, whoever, I guarantee you what they doing is the same people, the same team that's working on the designs, concept, the game of the main series games. They are splitting them up in probably to three different groups and have them working on the spin-off, have them working with the third company, and have maybe like a small percentage work on the main game. And once the other
Right.
group of people for Legends, for the remakes of the spin-off, for the apps, and for the other third party stuff for Pokemon, once they finish, that's probably when they gonna come back to the small team to work on the main game and rush. So pretty much in general, or pretty much the whole argument was they need to slow down releases and all that crazy stuff. I'm with LJ. They probably don't need to slow down releases because 3 to 4 years is a good mark with Pokemon. I'm a fan of they need more new Pokemon because I'm sick and tired of opening up a new Pokemon game and I literally see nothing but old Pokemon. And 2 3 hours into the game, I see a new Pokemon in the wild. That should not happen. You should have nothing but new Pokemon soon as the new Pokemon game starts. And when
Okay,
you go ahead,
but I want to play. No, I want to play devil advocate with you.
okay.
And the reason I say that is because what about all these other people who are saying I want all my 800 or 900 and something Pokemon that was back in my other games? I want them all in this game.
Now here's the
Where's
thing.
my
Here's the
oh
thing. Here's the thing. You should remember. You remember they had his whole entire argument. They got pissed off because remember they took the national decks out the game
right?
and they want to bring the national decks back because you remember I forgot when they took it out. I forgot which series. I don't know, but you
It was Sword and
remember
Shield.
it was Sword and Shield. You
Mm-hmm.
remember I'll say all the way up to Gen 4 or Gen 4 because I forgot when they actually put this in place. All the way up to Gen 4, we never saw a new Pokemon. We never saw old Pokemon. I'm sorry. The only old Pokemon we saw are mainly the popular ones: Pikachu, Pidgeot, Eevee, and select few. Other than that, you only saw new Pokemon throughout your entire playthrough until you beat the Elite Four and unlock the National Dex. Once you unlock the National Dex, that's when all the old Pokemon start coming in the wild. And you was able to catch them, all that good stuff. My argument is when I opened up Scarlet and Violet, I literally saw nothing but old Pokemon until 2 hours into the game. That's when I start seeing new Pokemon. That should not happen. You should see nothing but new Pokemon in a new game, and then maybe 2 to 3 hours into the game, you see old Pokemon. Similar how
See,
Go ahead, Dad.
Go back to what I say though. They don't make games for us. They make it for the kids.
You know what? You right. You right.
And they make it for them so they see all the old Pokemon.
God damn it, you right.
And what they get with us is they get us with the nostalgia.
You right. You damn sure right. You right. Damn, I didn't think about that. You right. You right. Well, God damn it. Cause that's a good ass point. Cause them new players don't know them. Yeah. Damn it. But I ain't gonna lie.
Is it even a mascot anymore, or because not becoming the mascot anymore?
Yeah. But like Dad just said, he brought up a good point. They don't make it for us no more. They make it for the kids, and the kids they probably ain't see that Pokemon before. To them, the old Pokemon to me is probably new to them. So yeah, Dad, yeah, you completely right about that though. But I'm with LJ. If they're gonna do that, if they're gonna make the main series more, well, it is, but they're gonna make the main series strictly for the kids, and they ain't gonna do nothing for us. That's when Legends need to take place, or they need to bring back Coliseum, because Pokemon Coliseum was a gem. They need to bring that back. But if that's the case, they need to treat Legends like a main series now for us. If that's the case, if they gonna treat Pokemon, if they gonna treat the actual main series like that, to where they gonna cater to the kids, and when we play it, it's dumb and stuff like that. But to them, they don't care. They need to push the Legends harder than anything before. If that's the case, so they can please us as well. But I don't know. We got to see with that, because for what I heard, they were struggling to push the Legends out when they was making it. But since the new rumor is the Switch 2 coming out next year, we'll see what kind of power that console gonna have. So only time
It ain't
will
gonna be no more powerful than Xbox 360.
I mean, they're right.
Yeah, I can see it.
Unless Nintendo comes out and be like, because unfortunately, here's the problem: the Switch is, everybody loves the Switch because it's portable. You can take it wherever you want to.
Yeah.
But because it's portable, it's not going to be as powerful as a Xbox X or Series S or a PS5. Unless Nintendo says, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our old ways. We're going to make a portable version, and we're going to make just a super, we're going to make a console, and we're going to make it on tier as like a PS5 or Xbox X. If Nintendo did that, Nintendo would probably be the number one console.
That's not their goal though.
I know this.
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
I know that. But if they ever did, they would be, because you can play. That means they can make more powerful games, better graphics, all of this. But that's, as Dad said, that's not their forte. Their forte is kid friendly. We want the kids to play this. Why are y'all adults playing our video games? That's not really true.
That's pretty much what they're saying for real.
We'll give you adult Zelda.
Right. So my honest thing about Zelda is no kid. I've talked to kids before, like playing video games and stuff like that, and no kid likes Zelda nowadays. And I think that's why they were like, okay, we still like Zelda, so we gotta give it to somebody. So let's give it to the adults. So I truly do think that kids don't play Zeldas for real, and so they give it to the adults.
He ain't lying, but
not at all.
At the end of the day, for the sake of the argument, Pokemon don't need to slow down in releases, because they releasing it at a good pace. 3 to 4 years for a Pokemon game is good. Now, what are they doing? What happened? Somebody said something?
I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. For the 3 to 4 years now, I will say this. I don't know who is the new head director of the Pokemon design department. Like LJ said, they need to be fired. Because
the art designer, not everybody, just the art designer.
They need to be whoever is the person that approves the designs of
Marketing.
these Pokemons. They need to be fired because
Right,
come on
right.
now, bro. You can't sit here and tell me that in a 3 to 4 year time span of you making up Sword and shit, not Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, that you came up with that. Like, come on. Like, they literally had a mouse. They didn't put no thought into it. They just literally had a mouse in the game. Like, no, it's literally a mouse. No crazy design, nothing. It's just a smackdown mouse. And then it's a fall form. It's a family of mouse. How the hell you got a whole family after one mouse? Where the parent at? Where the other mouse at? He just had sex with himself? I'm sorry, but
Wait,
Wow.
what? Huh?
Well, where are we going with this?
at the end of the day, we just want Pokemon. I just want Pokemon to be good. Dad, what you got to say?
I can't.
I started. He started talking, and my brain automatically started to filter him out until he said something about sex with the mouse, and then my brain turned back on.
Dad, what you got to say to the folks, Dad?
Yeah, follow me at Dad Gamer everywhere. I go LJ.
You done broke dad. Goodness gracious. My mind, see, that's why I've been with you too long. My mind filters you out when you go on your rant, and then it just picks up on parts where you just start being crazy. So it picked up back.
I just want Pokemon
said
to
the
be
mouse
great.
said-
I just
So
want them to be great again. That's all.
I
That's,
mean to them, if we want to look up their GDP, well, not GDP, but their Western McCall, they still top. They still up
talking
there.
about the player base.
No, not player base. I'm talking about how much money they make.
Talking about Pokemon.
Yeah.
But Pokemon gonna make. We know this. Pokemon gonna make money regardless. If
Right,
the
so
day,
why-
hold on, I'm finna say the day Pokemon don't make money, we need to be scared. Cause the world will probably be going to crisis if Pokemon start losing money.
Right. So why change when you making money already?
That's why they ain't gonna change. That's why we just gonna sit here and make about 10 more videos about Pokemon being garbage.
Yeah.
Cause they ain't gonna change.
Well, anyway, y'all have a good one. I don't know. I really don't. Oh. I guess next week we talk about your Starfield since it comes out.
You ain't playing Starfield?
No, I told you. I'm
Oh
on
yeah,
BG3.
Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
I'm on Baldur's Gate. I'm probably going to even be doing another playthrough because I got some things I need to fix. So yeah, but I technically I was talking to somebody about that. So Starfield, if you pay whatever the fee is for it, you get to play it on the 31st. But
Yeah.
if not, you have to wait a whole week until it's official release on the.
Yeah, that's what I sent you last night.
I thought, but you said on the first. It technically don't come out.
No,
until
I said I could have sworn I said I meant 31st.
The
31st. I
8th.
meant, yeah. If you get Game Pass come out on the 5th, but if you play the additional 40, you get to play it on the 31st, and then Xbox. Go ahead, Dad.
Which I like. So
Hold on, are
sorry
you
to
gonna
cut
play
off,
that?
but-
No, you good. You gonna play
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
it? Yeah, because that Mass Effect type game.
So here's the thing. That was like a great surprise for me, to where like, and it's a smart thing that they did with the with the game. It tells me it's going to stay on Game Pass,
Yeah.
and that if you're ordering, so if it's $31, look at right now, $31.49 just for the premium upgrade version. You're just paying for the upgrade because like otherwise you'd be paying for the disc and it's $99. The fact to cut the game out because it's on Game Pass,
Yeah.
it's like that to me that's really smart, and I really appreciate that. That's one of those things that are player friendly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
But like I'm ready for it. I know I forget you're a huge Mass Effect fan. That I sure forgot. So yeah, like LJ said, when y'all see us next, that's probably gonna be the next episode. Me and Dad talk about Starfield. Probably do a review depending on how long it takes us to beat the game. And we probably gonna I say probably 2 times, but we gonna compare the Mass Effect and all that good stuff and see see how it competes and stuff like that. But what you think, Dad? You think you're gonna hold up to it? You think hold up to his name?
I think it will.
You think it will?
I think it will.
I got you. Now, do you think it's gonna be good? Not Mass Effect Andromeda, because we know how garbage that was. But you think it's gonna be up there with the trilogy?
So, depending what they do with it, my low is Mass Effect 3.
Right.
My high is Mass Effect 2, as far as quality.
Right.
So, either way, it's going to be good.
I got you. I think it is. The only thing is I'm afraid of is the performance, especially with NVIDIA GPUs, because they don't have DLSS. And for all the people out there, pretty much the short term of that is if you having frame problems or performance problems. LJ, why are you in the dark?
Because my thing started loading up.
Oh, but pretty much what DLSS is, if you're having low frames or if your game is performing horrible, if you turn that on, pretty much it's a band-aid that the game studios don't want to optimize their games. But for all the people who got NVIDIA graphics cards, we may have a horrible time with performance because they don't have that. And this game is huge as crap because it's 139, I think, gigabytes on my end. And I think it's 120 or 125 on Xbox, something like that. So this game gonna be huge.
I'll check right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
I will check right now.
So that's the only thing I'm worried about is the performance. How my frames, stuttering, all that stuff gonna come about. So that's the only thing I'm worried about.
126 gigs.
Yeah. So y'all just pray, because I know my computer gonna be pushed to its limit. Even though I got a 3090, but still it's gonna be pushed to its limits. And,
I'll be fine on my Xbox Series X.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna be fine. But we'll see though. But either way go, I'm gonna enjoy it because I love the Mass Effect franchise. But other than that, man, Pokemon, they doing fine with releases. They just need to figure. I think that whole entire issue with everybody pissed off. They need to figure out their team. Because I'm pretty sure that they're splitting up their main team and they split them up into different groups. And then once the smaller groups finish, they bring them back in and piggyback off of what they got going on, what the main group got going on, and then they rushing. They need to hire more folks because that Raikou design should not look like that. And the future Paradox are literally, even though it's supposed to be robots, they could change it a little bit. They literally just make them robots with no change at all. But that's it. But that's the only thing. Go ahead, Dad.
This Raikou just tells me that, in this world, this planet Earth that we got here, people don't be paying attention. People be paying attention to surroundings. Like Raikou be drawn like that. You not know when the Mormon is. People just don't be paying attention.
You know what? Hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode of the 2 for 1 special podcast. Tune in to Petty Hours. I'm pretty sure Dad being petty now. Wait till y'all just wait, cause I'm pretty sure that GT episode we gonna have I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose our voices because that gonna be a back and forth right there. I can already tell. That GT one probably gonna be good. But hopefully I enjoyed this episode. Appreciate y'all.
I don't know why GT's trash.
like we gonna hold it. But hopefully I enjoyed this episode. We on the road to 4,500 on TikTok. We on the road to 50 on YouTube. The past 2 weeks, man, y'all been showing us love like crazy. So I appreciate y'all. And I think the audio, I gotta look and see, but we did crazy last week, like outstanding with the audio. I gotta look at double check, but yeah, man, roll to 5K, roll to 50 on the YouTube. Hopefully, I enjoy the ride as much as we like making these videos. Once again, my name is Randall, and y'all already know with me as always, my boy LJ, the OG dad himself, man, and together we go by the name of the 2 for 1 special podcast. Hopefully I enjoyed this episode, and we will catch y'all next time, man. Peace out.
Peace.